Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Michael Voris. Archdiocese faces grand jury report on abuse. A grand jury report has the Archdiocese of Philadelphia scrambling to answer the indictment of 4 priests involved in sexual abuse and is considering charges against retired Cardinal Anthony Bevilacqua, claiming that he knew about the abuse and allowed the priests to continue serving. Realizing the immense scandal to the faithful, Cardinal Justin Regali released a statement saying that the Archdiocese acted responsibly. Quote, "There is one assertion in the report that must be addressed immediately. The report states that there remain in ministry archdiocesan priests who have credible allegations of abuse against them. I assure all of the faithful that there are no archdiocesan priests in ministry today who have an admitted or established allegation of sexual abuse of a minor against them." We will continue to follow this story for you. If you'd like to read more concerning the grand jury report, just click on the links right over here. Budget cuts take aim on abortion. The fight is on in the House of Representatives as Republican leaders introduce budget cuts aimed at stopping taxpayer-funded abortion. According to a report on lifenews.com, the budget cuts are targeting $110 million worth of loopholes in Obamacare that fund abortion, as well as dollars supporting international family planning initiatives and a teen pregnancy prevention program. The head of the Family Research Council, Tony Perkins, says that there may be even more savings in the amendment process, stopping the Democratic Party's long-standing habit of treating the federal budget like an ATM machine and doling out funds to liberal politicians and their pet organizations. Obama in the TV business. Though the White House is very sensitive about accurate coverage of the Obama regime's every move, they're apparently not so picky when it comes to broadcast entities that look less than favorably on the United States, to say the least. According to the Reuters news service, an official from the administration is urging cable companies across the country to carry the anti-American cable news broadcast of Al Jazeera as part of their lineup. Oddly enough, get this, the person doing the arm twisting is the Assistant Secretary at the Department of Homeland Security, Juliette Kayyem. Stay with us. Back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
CatholicUnderground.com, the podcast about our Catholic faith and new media.
Priest supporting same-sex unions. Amidst applause from homosexual activists in Australia, Father Robert Maguire has publicly pledged that he will preside over same-sex unions. Yep, you heard it. The 75-year-old priest thinks he is performing some kind of necessary service to couples with disordered sexuality and appears to feel no obligation to obey Christ and defend the teaching of the Church as an ordained Catholic priest. In a recent interview with the Australian Herald Sun newspaper, Father Maguire expressed his feelings about homosexual unions while commenting on how the local bishop might deal with the situation. In the interview, Father said, quote, "I'd probably consult the bosses and then go back to the clients and tell them we can't do it in here. It's not personal, it's institutional," he said. The Archdiocese of Melbourne has condemned Father Maguire's actions. However, there is no word on whether or not any disciplinary action would be taken. And lastly, confession app challenging deviant lifestyles. While confession is good for the soul in the case of some homosexual activists, the truth also hurts. The new iPhone application, Confession, a Roman Catholic app featuring an examination of conscience for Catholics preparing for confession, includes the question, have I been guilty of any homosexual activity? That has some homosexual activists angry and up in arms. They say that the question is, quote, spiritual abuse, and are pushing to have the app pulled from distribution. Now, the app was created by a priest from the University of Notre Dame and received an imprimatur stating that it is entirely in line with Catholic teaching. I'm Michael Voris. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. Be sure and check out the Vortex today where we discuss Justin Bieber and God. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tell your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.